Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here for another Queen Sugar review. We are in season 6 of Queen Sugar. This is episode 7. And as per the usual, what we've been doing here lately is reading off the previous episodes because there is some conversation about it being a part of a larger poem. Each one of the episodes' title is a stanza or line from a much larger poem. I'm not sure yet what that poem is. Hopefully, that's something that will be revealed to us at some point. But let's read all of the episodes in succession up to episode 7 so that we can just get a feel of what we're dealing with here. Episode 1, if you could enter their dreaming and dream with them deeply, would you come back different to a different day, moving so easily through that common depth? Or maybe just stay there, okay? They would bloom and welcome you, right? When I looked at the title and bouncing back and forth between the episode and the title, I almost got a small sense of dread because I felt like maybe my theory about the dream may be true, but in the worst way possible. But definitely before we get going good, I want to encourage you, if you're new to my channel, to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All of my regular honeybees, you guys already know what we do. We chop it up, we talk it through down in the comments below. And you guys don't forget that thumbs up. It's so important to the tribe here and getting us into the algorithm. So please don't forget that. I want to just have a serious conversation here because I'm really trying my best not to be too harsh on Ava and the other writers, directors, producers, so on and so forth, because I truly love this show. And I've said more than once before that the entire group should get kudos for bringing us this drama for a season 6 in the middle of a panacea. And I stand by that. But Ava, Ava, don't do this, girl. Don't do this. Listen, let me tell you something. We've come this far by faith. Why would you do this? Why would you write this? Why would you give us these crumbs, huh? And try to get us to accept them as meat, right? As filling, as something that is cohesive enough for us to digest. This, my friend, best be a dream. It best be a dream. You not gonna make me believe we have come through 5 seasons of fighting and scrapping and loving. Okay, this family, this farm, to see it disintegrate in the way that it's happening. Oh no, this best be a dream, ma'am. This best be a dream. This best be a dream. Because what you giving me here, is leaving old nasty Tyler Perry, Lee Daniel taste in my mouth, and I won't accept it. I won't accept it. I'm sorry. You can do better, okay? You can do better than this. You are so much better than this, huh? For you not to write us a teensy bit of happiness or joy in this season. All we have gotten, okay, is our edges snatched and pulled, our nerves frayed at the edges, huh? The payoff, huh? It's best be a win for the borderlines, because everybody ain't got to write all this dribble. Everybody, y'all ain't got to write this dribble. Y'all ain't got to write this sadness. Like this the only song we know how to sing. Don't do it. Don't do it, Ava. Please, I'm begging you. Let's move forward. I just needed to get that off my chest because it's kind of low-key teeing me off. You know what I mean? That this how you gonna do us. Huh? This how you gonna do us. This how you gonna do our family. Nope. I'm not having that. I'm not standing for it. But listen, let's go on. It's only 3 episodes left in this season, you guys. We're on episode 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 3 episodes left. It's 10 episodes in this season. Okay. Charley's gonna run for Congress. Let's just get that off the plate. Charley is running for Congress. With everything is going on, she feels like she can be more effective and more powerful in Congress. And towards the end of this episode, she calls the political leader that's getting her to run and tells him she feels like with everything going on personally, she feels like she can be more effective there in Congress. And he tells her he doesn't know if he wants her to run in Louisiana or if he wants her to run in California, whichever one is easier to get her into office. That's what they're going to do. When this episode, let's talk about Micah. Micah and his relationships collide in this episode, child. He's got a speech that he's got to do, making a case that people of color, more specifically black people, should be treated as what's another word for abandoned? Like I can't think of it now. I'm so frustrated. But anyway, he does a beautiful job making the speech. And, Isaiah is helping him to practice for this speech. His teacher comes in, the Professor Sex comes in, and, she kind of acts as if Micah shouldn't be in there, in that classroom as if Isaiah shouldn't be in that classroom with Micah. She kind of sizes him up a little bit, and she's giving us, a little sexy, vibe towards Micah. And again, her stature and her level of professionalism and experience kind of dwarfs him, not only in stature, but also dwarfs him like in emotional maturity. He seems like a scared rabbit that was caught with a scared kid that was caught with his hand in the cookie jar when she walks in. Later on, when he gives his speech, he does a great job. Isaiah's there in the classroom. I'm not sure if they take these classes together or what. And when he's challenged on his points, he is very effective with making his point clear, and he gets a standing ovation. She then decides, I really, really like you when you are giving me big brain vibes. I find it sexy when me and you go and meet me in the dog corridor, and I'm gonna let you go over my briefs, I'm gonna let you run through my chapters, right? And he was like, no, I'm good, I'm over you, right? Isaiah watching all of this from the door. And I can't remember if it was after that or before that, where Isaiah wanted to celebrate, how good he was doing with his speech and with the class, and they go out for lunch or dinner or something like that. I think it was before the class, during the rehearsal, and he was like, nah, I think I'm just gonna stay here and study. He was like, cool, call me, holla at your boy, right? This Isaiah. And then, he gives him the dap, and they do that cross hand dap, and then they bring each other in, how men do. And it's always a group of boys, always a group of brown-skinned boys walking by looking for hugs that can always depend on Isaiah and Micah to be hugging. Micah sees them. He gives us a moment of hesitation. It's a little obvious. It's a little overacted, but still I get the point. And then he gives Isaiah a two-handed hug so the guys can see he's secure with Isaiah being whoever he is. Now, he still has not talked to Isaiah to clear any of that up. Come on, Micah. Come on. You don't even know about you. But you especially don't even know about Isaiah. And you can just ask him straight up and down, especially if you ain't got no problem with it. What better person needs to know that you don't have a problem with their sexuality than the person that you're dealing with, right? Right? Okay. So anyway. Yeah, that was the whole Micah situation. Let's talk about Billy and Prosper, and then we're going to get into the borderlones. But Prosper makes small talk and then eventually apologizes. He tells Billy that he wanted to talk to her before she ran off to have whiskey at the bar with therapist Charley. And she was just like, I don't know, this whole thing just kind of throws me off a little bit. I don't understand why write a story in this way that leads us down one road, but it really should be another road. I mean, I guess all shows kind of do that, but I don't know. It's such a serious topic. I don't know. Anyway, at the same time, there's a lot going on with Raw and the borderlones, and Hollywood calls Prosper up in the middle of this conversation he's having with Billy, apologizing, and them just trying to figure out what's going on with the two of them and how they can work it out, to tell him about what's going on, just to give him a heads up. And he tells Hollywood that he'll talk to him later about it because he wants to give all of his focus to Billy, which is the first time this season we have seen him be very deliberate and intentional about his open concern and affection for her, right? Like, this is what I'm saying. You've written him now for 5 seasons as a kind and open and seemingly transparent individual. And then when it comes to this Billy situation, you kind of have written him or led us to believe in the writing, in the language of the script, that he's this ne'er-do-well, not ne'er-do-well, but just this uncaring, unfeeling, unthinking dad, And I don't know. It's weird because he's been a good stand-in dad to everybody else. It's just odd. Like, is it your nature or not? I don't know. Anyway, Billy and Prosper, she's relieved that he puts her first. Billy and Prosper discuss the whole ugly details of the Jimmy Dale situation. I don't. Anyway, I mean, I don't. In this conversation, we learned that Jimmy Dale and Prosper and Papa Bordelon, Ernest Bordelon, were all good friends. But apparently, I mean, they didn't know the kind of person Jimmy Dale was until the latter years of his relationship with Ava. Like, I just don't get it. I don't even understand why y'all was even remotely close to a ninja like Jimmy Dale. He tells her that. He tells her, why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you come to me? Well, I did talk to mama. Well, your mama just did what she thought was best, and she came from a different time. What time you come from, Prosper? What time you come from? And I really don't, I'm not trying to be unforgiving with the whole Prosper situation. I just don't like the way they wrote him. I don't like the way they wrote him. I don't think it was fair to the character. Okay? I don't. All right? Because we have watched intently. We've watched intently, right? And we got questions, Abel. But I digress. And he tells her that he declared that he just did not know. He just did not know. But he did say that he heard talk. If my parents even remotely thought that something like that was going on, my mama and my daddy, probably separately, okay, because they handle things differently, would have approached me about that situation. Now, she said her mama believed it. Her mama believed it. I don't know what your mama went through Billy, but your mama's going on to be with the Lord. Your daddy's sitting right here. Okay, so let's just focus on your daddy. And it was easier for him to just believe the talk and not talk with her. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Really? Okay. He tells her he glad she back home, and not just home there, but glad she's back in his life. She's back with him. She goes and makes him a beautiful a lunch, breakfast, dinner, whatever, from a recipe that belonged to her mama, and it was tasty and it was lovely. And he asked her to stay a little bit longer since her kids is grown. Okay, now we answer the question about Billy and the children. Billy got grown children. I was just trying to figure out how mama goes away and her baby's at home. But now we know her children are actually grown, and she ain't getting along too good with the man she with up there, the husband. So she was like, "Oh yeah, I'd like that. I'd like to stay." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." So I guess Billy gonna hang on a little bit longer, child. I don't know. I don't know. It's just how this thing gonna pan out. I'm still holding on that this is a dream, just because this one season will unravel all the other seasons. It basically unravels the last 5 seasons, you guys. Just saying. All right. So the episode opens with Ra and Darla standing in front of the police station. It is the dumbest thing I have ever seen. It is the dumbest thing. First of all, if the police want you, they know where to find you, okay? If they want you, right? They put an APB out on you, any of those things. Now, we talking about police that have been unjust and unfair, and basically have been harassing Ralph Angel since the start of this season. But you got to go down and turn yourself in, right? He goes in, he just gonna have a conversation. He just gonna ask questions and see how much evidence they had, because he knows that he double checked the surveillance and the security cameras and he turned them off. He just want to know what they talking about. At the same time, he done called Charley. Charley done called Vi in Hollywood and Nova to get down there and all rally with Ralph Angel. Right? And now we calling Charley. Now we calling Charley, right? And Nova and Hollywood and ain't that, right? And Dollar just standing there like a scared little church mouse child. And he goes on in. Charley shows up and she's already, giving us disclaimers. I just wish Ralph Angel hadn't gone in without me. That's what you tell your brother when he call you and tell you that the police looking for him. Well, tell them to come get you, okay? And you don't talk to them. You don't say a word to them until you talk to me and or our lawyer. Because she on her way. She came down there and she bringing her lawyer in tow. Right, Charley? I just wish Ralph Angel hadn't gone in there and talked to him. I just wish. Anyway, they sitting out there, sitting in the police department, waiting on him to come out. He got bail. What you got bail for? They never mentioned the charges. What you got bail for? Robbery, armed robbery, robbery with intent. What else they call it? I forget. There's a different kind of robbery. I forget. Anyway, it'll come to me. Y'all put it down below. So, he hugs her up and she was like, Ralph Angel, I hope you didn't go. Well, if she'd already told Darla she didn't think it was looking good because he done went in there. He done went in without the lawyer. It's nothing they can do. Whatever he said to them, they gonna have it on paper, yada, yada, yada. That's why she asked him, what did he say? And he was like, well, no, I just went in there to see what the evidence they had and yada, yada, yada. But you had to pay bail. You didn't just go in there to answer questions. You're not just like a person of interest. If you had to get bail, they booked you. What did they book you for, dude? What did they book you for? Anyway, she done told the family to go around there and meet them at the house, at the farm, because she don't want them all showing up there at the police department. Now everybody reacts differently when they're called. Nova standing in her house looking all scary eyed, picking up her belongings like, I'm just over this fragile, terrified Nova. Like, where did this Nova come from? Where did this Nova come from? I'm not sure. Anyway, so they're all sitting around. Nova, Violet, Hollywood, Darla, and Charley is sitting there, and basically they're just like, what did you do? What happened? And he gives his family the speech, everything that was on his back, everything that was coming down on him. And basically because of how Aunt Vi talked to him last season and called him telling him he wasn't a man, it was less than a man. That's the reason why he felt like he can go to Charley or Hollywood or Vi or Nova. You could have went to Nova. Okay, and you could have told Nova, this between me and you. Same thing with Charley. You could have went to Hollywood and said, this between me and you. Okay, this between me and you, man. I need some money to help me get on track. I don't want Vi to know. You could have told them all of this, right? You giving them this speech about how you felt so downtrodden as a man, and how you were so behind the 8 ball that this was the only decision that you felt like you could make. It is caca. It's nonsensical. People do nonsensical things all the time. I get that. And Aunt Vi jumped in, and when I saw them all sitting around, I was like, now Aunt Vi, you used up all your privileges last season when you acted so nasty on the phone with him about Blue going to school. So really, you shouldn't have anything to say right now. I know she was upset, but look, okay, but she said what I was thinking. No, it ain't about none of that. It ain't about none of that. He said they poisoned my crop. No, this is about ego and pride, Ralph Angel. That's what this is about. I was like, well, somebody had to say it. And like I said, he went on through this whole sob story. They poisoned my crop. So, can you prove it though, Ralph Angel? Can you prove it? No, I don't have no proof of it. But everything was fine. The soil was tested. I had it tested later, and it had been poisoned. And I just wanted to get some justice. So this was about justice. Was this about justice? Or was this about you having payday loans to pay for stuff you didn't need? Doulas, cribs. Was it about that? I'm just confused. Justice or dead? Justice or dead? The poison of the land was reason why you was in debt? No, overextending yourself. Counting your chickens before they hatch was the reason why you in debt, sir. Buying things you don't need is the reason why you was in debt, sir. Justice? Debt. Okay, Ralph Angel, that's fine. I've been giving you breaks. I've been giving you breaks because I really, really felt like this was a dream. And this was going to take us somewhere. But now that I think about it, no. We need to have this conversation. In case somebody out there stupid enough to think that this is the way to live your life. It is not. It is not. Well, Aunt Vi got decided they was going to go and talk. Charley going to go talk to Landry. Okay? Because she discovered that Theo was out of jail. And the person that he called while he was in jail was Landry. So it looked like to them that Theo was going to turn on Ra. So this is how they discovered that Landry is afoot here, right? They discovered that Landry and Theo are somehow in cahoots together. It was all a setup, right? So Charley gonna go over there and talk to Landry, try to talk some sense into him. Avi said, no, I'm gonna do it. He owe me, and I'm gonna go over here and talk with him. Hollywood say, the heck you will. Okay, the heck you will. And I'm going with you if you guys to go. So they go down there to Landry's office, and he got pictures, child. He got pictures of just Ralph Angel breaking in. He disabled the surveillance and the cameras, but they had some backup cameras pointed directly up his nose. So make no mistake about it, it's him, right? He got a file folder full of those. And she was like, well, you make this go away. You owe me. He was like, no, I want the land. I want the land. Okay? And she's mad and disgusted that he won't concede with her. And she gonna storm on out. Well, Hollywood hung back. Hollywood said, no. And he tries to call his bluff, right? Oh, we know you poisoned the land. We know you did this. What he gonna say? What Landry gonna say? What is this Caucasoid mayonnated, okay, mayonated person gonna say? Prove it. Right? These are empty threats. If you had proof, you would. Oh, we don't have them in janky folders like you. Yeah, if you had proof, you'd have brought that proof up in here. You wouldn't be in here asking me to consider a favor, right? What is it gonna take? What do you need? I want the land. I want the land. Okay. So, Vi and Hollywood take it back. And Theo is in bed with Sam Landry. When Ra hears the reality of what's going on, he is just like, oh no, they're not gonna take my land. They're not gonna do me like this. They've already, man, when I tell you Hollywood was with me, Hollywood had it up to here. You stole from that white man. Okay, I get it. Systematic racism, oppressive systems, racial injustice, right? Agricultural terrorism. That's what he told Sam Landry. Sam Landry was like, what is that? What is you talking about? My people do not get, no, we're not insurrectionists or agricultural terrorists. No. He said, but you did it. You stole from him. Except that you did that. You did the one thing you didn't have to do, and that was take from somebody. And you got caught. Deal with it. And Ralph Angel just stood there. They stood there face to face, toe to toe. I was like, ooh, this tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk tastes good. Huh? He telling you truth. He is telling you truth. Dollar sitting over there like a church mouse. She ain't got nothing to say. She don't want nobody to bring up her mess, her past, her stuff. And she want to still support her husband, even though she is seething in anger. And so he said, because Ralph Angel was like, so that's what y'all want me to do. Y'all just want to give up my land. Y'all just so easy for y'all to give. I was thinking that to myself. I was like, y'all show this cool with this. But Hollywood told him they want to give. They'll give up the land that they love, land that they trusted you with, to keep you. Because Dollar did chime in and say you're gonna miss the first 3 years of our daughter's life, like we did Blue. It's a tough moment. Ralph Angel walks out. Now, this was the moment when I look back at the title of this episode, they would bloom and welcome you. The welcome you part, I was a little concerned about, because I was like, Ralph Angel, don't go do nothing dumb now. Don't go and do nothing stupid. Please don't. Okay? It is a devastating moment, not just for the borderlines. It's a devastating moment for those of us who have come thus far with this TV show for now 6 seasons, 7 episodes. We've come this far with this family, and we have fought tooth and nail to keep this land. And for us to lose it so easily over some foolishness like this, it's devastating, right? So Ra goes home, and you know, he's comforted by Kenya 2.0. You know what I'm saying? And he calls Blue. Blue don't answer. Have an astronomical day. Hello, this is Blue. How are you? Have an astronomical day. And it's like when he's talking to Blue, it's like he giving Blue last words. Like, you were an amazing son to me. I've always been proud of you. I've always loved you. Don't you ever forget that. I was like, Ra, what you finna do? What you finna do, Ra? What you finna do? I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. It made me feel like he felt like none of this would happen if he wasn't here. You know what I mean? Okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm pissed at Ra. I'm definitely pissed at Ra. But I'm going to go ahead and have these emotions, because I don't want nobody in this world to ever give up, right? All you do when you give up in this world is you miss the opportunity to see God move in your life and change and turn the situation around, period, right? So I'm always going to be on the side of life, all right? I don't know what Ra got planned, but I was feeling that dread. Okay, Dollar comes in and Dollar tells him she's angry. She tells him, you know, I'm pissed off at you. I am so upset. I want to support you and I understand, but I am so pissed off at you. You have put everything in jeopardy. Everything we have worked for, you have jeopardized it. I understand. You can be mad at me, darling. You don't have to hold that anger anymore. I held that anger in because I thought it was the wrong thing to do. I didn't want you to be mad at me. Huh? How did that work for you, Dollar? Did that help? Did silence help? Did complacency help? Huh? Did the meek, mild, mannered way that you have been the neck in this family, to the head of this family, did it help? Huh? Okay. Then we get to see where Sam Landry pulls up in his truck, because Charley gonna have them draft all the papers. Now when he get out and he don't have the papers, he just coming there to make sure he talked to Ralph Angel, man to man, make sure I got your word. First of all, ain't no word between us. Okay? If I told you the sky is blue because of how I feel about you and how you've handled things, I would go ahead and assume that it is green. I would. And it ain't no pinky swearing amongst thieves. And you a thief too, Sam Landry. Ain't no pinky swear, okay? Ain't no promise. Ain't no shake on it, okay? When you stealing somebody's land. When you done set somebody up. Why are you there for Ralph Angel's word that he gonna get off of that land? If you don't fuck, listen. Bring it down. Just bring it down. Just bring it down. Okay, so then Landry gonna Ralph Angel didn't have nothing for him, right? I was glad. I'm glad he didn't beg and plead and all of that. He looking down his nose at him, you know. Sam Landry said, you know my daddy? He said, I don't give a good god darn about your daddy. Just like you didn't care nothing about mine. He said, well, you know, you right. And see, at that moment when he turned to get back in that truck, I would have had to really, really pray and resist, not put my foot in the middle of this ninja's back, baby. Because I would have wanted to see him eat every piece of that land. You want this land, baby? You can get every piece of this land. I would have tried to jam every piece, every grain of dirt and sand and rock and stone and sugarcane up this mugger-dugger's nose. That's all I'm saying. I ain't been saved all my life. Okay. Bring it down. Then Darla comes out. She hugs him up and, you know, she done forgave him and everything. And they look at her. He said, I never thought I would leave this land like this. I never thought it would end like this. And it, like he said, what about mama? They mama buried there. Charley said, we can have mama moved and put next to daddy. That way they can be together. Why your daddy not on that land? How many of your other ancestors on that land? We ain't gonna look into nothing. Like, we ain't gonna get no fight. We ain't got no fight. Nothing. Nada. They're saying, well, you can't even go to trial because we've got these cameras on you. Go talk to Theo. Whatever he offered Theo, y'all triple it. I just don't get it. I don't understand why we not fighting. Why we not fighting for this land? What is going on, you guys? What is going on? Why are we giving up? We never give up this easy. Not in 5 seasons. We have never given up this easy. Something's up. Something's up. Okay. Lastly, we get to see Celine. I don't know if this is the last time we're going to see Celine, but probably. I got a feeling we're going to see Gabriel again. Gabriel is in school. She's at a shelter. It looks like a really good shelter. She in therapy down at the shelter. Aunt Vi asked her why she did what she did, and she apologized, and she talked about how she always been with her daddy or boyfriends or a husband. She ain't never ran her own life. And she didn't know how to act without a man. And she got such a good man. Ain't that? I don't need you to tell me about my man. Okay. Now, a lot of people kind of question why I didn't go off or drag Celine. I didn't drag Celine because I could see that Celine was a broken bird. I could see that Celine was a wounded soul. I already talked about it being transference. You know what I'm saying? People like that, you can make them feel bad all you want to. Right? But the only way to prevent this from ever happening again to anybody else is to help a person see. You know what I'm saying? Vi got the opportunity to help this girl see that not only what she did was wrong, but also that it's always unacceptable. You have to find your own way. You have to find your own journey. And your own man to take that journey with. Right? I thought Vi handled it good. She was stern, but it wasn't all that dragging and and hoe, and it wasn't all of that. It didn't need to be all of that. Sometimes you just removing yourself. See, if I gave her a little envelope, last little piece of change that she gonna get from her, she said, "I wish you well, but I'm afraid I'm not gonna be able to see you or Gabriel ever again." And by me not being able to see you in Hollywood either. And Celine was upset, and she was broken. She had already apologized and pleaded and told Vi she didn't deserve all that. Vi already knew she didn't deserve all that. See, sometimes you can drag a person. You can call them every name in the book, or you can do worse than that. You can remove the joy and the love and the support that you've been giving them. You can take all of that up, pack it up, and take it on home with you. All right? Because I promise you, that's going to hurt them worse than you cussing them out. That's going to hit them on the longer haul than you cussing them out and scratching their eyes out and dragging them down the street. Sometimes just removing all that is beautifully, wonderfully you from them is a greater punishment. That's all I'm saying. We got 3 more episodes. It was a lot going on in the trailers that led up. I'm not gonna get into it. Nova is still going through a lot of PTSD with everything that happened with them, kicking in her door and breaking in her house. I definitely can see as a woman how you would be nervous and you would be afraid of those things. And she thought somebody put a listening device, but I mean, Charley is there. And Charley has to make her tea and stroke her hair and comfort her. Like, I'm not okay. I was just like, Nova. Okay, girl. It's okay. They terrorized me. And they took so much from me. Charley said they didn't take anything, but they gave you something. They gave you the strength. I was like, okay. All right. Okay, Nova. Over all their lamentations about what had happened to Nova. I mean, I just feel like Nova's trying to have a moment. Charley does tell her about Congress, and that's when she decided she was going to run for Congress right after talking to Nova. But I don't get this whole Nova situation. I don't. Anyway. That's the episode, you guys. Tell me what you think. Y'all put it down below. I'm so infuriated. I'm gonna see this season out, but I'm frustrated and I'm infuriated by how they're writing our characters. I just don't like it, you guys. But tell me what you think. You guys definitely put it down below. And until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll holla.